welcome to TTBoy. We're live. We have the sexy, pretty, sweet, and smart Christiana Cinn. I guess nobody's supposed to know she's that smart, but thank you for coming.
I wouldn't say that smart. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you look great.
So do you.
Thank you, really?
Yeah, you still got it.
51 and a half.
What, really? Oh my God, really?
Yeah, crazy,
okay, I wasn't gonna, even though I Googled you, I still wouldn't have guessed.
Time goes so fast, it's unbelievable, you know?
Wow.
Watch out, so embrace every great moment you get.
Oh, thank you. I love getting good advice from people.
From
like
old farts? No.
Well, I appreciate the advice. I'm not just like, yeah, whatever. Just talking about. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, that, you know, I think that somebody told me a long time ago, right? Mm-hmm. That no matter how big, how bad, how smart, how much money you got, always listen to what everybody's got to say. At least listen to them a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you never know what they might have to say that's very important.
Absolutely, especially someone who's achieved success and, you know, has made milestones in their career. I'm like, oh, what do you have to tell me?
Yeah, I like that word, milestones. I got to use that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
You're good. So, where is Christiana Cinn from?
I'm from California my whole life, born and raised, still here. And I kind of started in the Bay Area and like moved up through the Bay and ended in San Francisco. And
So
then
you were born in LA or?
I was born like in Southern California.
Okay.
So I just kind of been moving up and down the coast for as long as I've been here. Mm-hmm.
You're like a traveler, like a nomad or?
Yeah. Well, you know what? There's times I've definitely felt like I didn't have it anywhere, but not right now. Right now, Los Angeles is my home.
Yeah.
But not to say I wouldn't move somewhere else, you know. With feature dancing, I've traveled to so many places. I'm like, oh, I like this city for this, and I like this city for that. I would be definitely willing to relocate somewhere.
Okay, so on that point, where's your favorite? What is your favorite city, and what's your second favorite city?
So here's the thing, like, I don't know what it's like to live in any of these cities. You know, they're always nice to visit. I really, yeah.
That is a great piece of advice.
Yeah. So like, for example, I went to Pittsburgh and I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a special city. It's beautiful. You know, I feel like the quality of life is so high. It's amazing. And the next day they got 3 feet of snow. Yikes. So I'm from California. If I had 3 feet of snow, I wouldn't even know what to do with myself. I'd be like, what's happening? I would be very unprepared.
What do they call like a snow day?
Yeah, but no, they still go out and work, and they still go out and they still party. Nothing stops them.
Yeah, they're used to it, I guess.
Yeah, so in California, if there's even like 1 inch of snow, everybody like closes up shop.
Well, they're running off the rope. Accidents everywhere.
Oh, yeah, that would be terrible. It would be chaos. It would not be good. No one's prepared for that.
I moved to Atlanta, you know, like in 2010.
Ooh.
And they had a foot of snow land, which doesn't snow very much in Atlanta, right?
I haven't heard of it snowing like that.
And the people were leaving their cars on the side of the road. Just leaving them because they didn't know what to do. They didn't have the right equipment to deal with snow. So it was really crazy.
They probably didn't want to crash.
And everybody was in the stores, grab food quick before, you know, something happens. And I think they had like a 4 or 5 day snow day for all the schools and people working.
Wow.
And cars were there until, you know, the snow melted away, and the snow didn't melt away for 6 or 7 days. It's crazy.
Yes, exactly. See, I would be the person. They'd be like, "How come you didn't come to work for 5 days?" I'm like, "You can't expect me to go out like everybody else is." Like, oh, I didn't know I was. See, here we don't have a snow day.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, Pittsburgh was great, and I also really liked Austin in Texas.
I hear a lot of things about Austin. A lot of people
love
Austin.
Oh, it was amazing. I went there for a bachelorette party, and me and my girlfriends, we did not want to leave.
Really?
It was awesome. I want to go back.
It's the people?
It's like
climate?
It's like everything. Like, it's just, I guess real estate market's doing really good. So someone who's paying what I pay for a 1-bedroom apartment in Los Angeles, I could have a house, which would be really amazing. And it's just, there's so much to do, so many eclectic things. It's not, there's no kind of you know, certain cities you go to and like, it's just kind of like some places are like snobby, or some places you feel like, oh, how are you going to figure this out? You know, but this, not like Austin. It's just like, everybody's very welcoming and very like, I really liked it a lot.
Yeah.
And I also liked New York because something about New York, I had felt in my head, like from California, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so intimidating. But when I went there, I'm like, oh, I love this place.
Powerful.
It's an energy that I feel it before I land. And then I feel that same energy until I leave. It's amazing.
Yeah, the great people that have come out of New York, you know, for all those years, hundreds of years, you know.
Absolutely.
Powerful people, powerful company owners and artists, but I think more business. I think New York's a big business place, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Compared to California seems more artistic a little bit. Of course, a lot of business going on, but...
Well, it's all Hollywood, you know.
Yeah, right, exactly, yeah. You know, hooray for Hollywood. But, right, New York, my family's from New York, you know what I mean?
What? Really?
Yeah.
What it was like?
Bronx and Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
You know, and and the city. Some of people, when you make enough money, you go to the city. You know.
Right, or you could commute. You know, it's easy enough. You know?
Yeah, but to live, you know, if you make enough money, uncle had a lot of property, penthouses.
Hey.
But New York is great, it's powerful. I
love the East Coast. Yeah.
But between me and you, I don't think, and the other people, let it be known, I don't think.
Let's talk candidly, though.
I don't think you can beat Southern California.
That's where home is for you. I mean, it is a really special place.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about it. You have beautiful weather, right? Just like that song says, it never rains in Southern California. I can't hold the beat, but...
Who sings that?
No, it's an old... Really? You never heard it?
No, I'm not... Really? Sing us some more.
Shit, yeah, let me see this guy. This is old. This is like the early 70s.
Is it Elvis?
No, but I'll figure it out right now.
So they talk about how great California is.
Yeah, he sings a song about it never rains in Southern California. I think he comes to California.
I think Katy Perry just sang a song about California too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, about the girls.
Right, California girls, right.
Exactly.
There's some pretty California girls.
Oh, yes. So when I was living in San Francisco, everyone's like, everybody's so much more attractive in Southern California. And I said, maybe, I don't know about more attractive, but definitely you could tell because in San Francisco, everyone's covered up because it's so cold. So you can't tell what they have on underneath.
Right.
So when you go to Southern California and in San Diego and Los Angeles, you're like, wow, everybody's hot, but everybody's like showing their body because it's hot. And you know, you
Miami
get to see more what
California.
they look like underneath those clothes.
Yeah, right. But, you know, then when you see the girls, I don't care about guys, you know, about the girls dressed up in those cool designer clothes or Prada or Gucci or
I love
something.
it.
And you know, or whatever they're wearing that shows their lines, but it's more mysterious.
It's so sexy. Like
Right.
I remember the first time I was in New York, I saw this woman like you know, everybody takes the subway. Like business people, everybody takes it. And I saw this woman just dressed like how you would describe, like in red bottoms, but also like a pencil skirt and a blazer and like a really nice bag. And you could tell she was coming from like Wall Street or something, and she just looked like fashion.
Yeah,
she looked
powerful.
so sexy. Yes,
Strong,
yeah, like a really sexy. I was like, I want to, and very mysterious, you know. Because you could tell she had a nice body, but you couldn't tell exactly what it looked
She's
like.
strong,
You know,
right?
yeah.
She wants to be taken over, but you know she's got to act like it, right? Maybe.
Good angle.
You know, because you act strong all day, then what do you got to do? You know, there's another flip side.
Yeah, I'm sure she would have really appreciated being manhandled by TTBoy.
Yeah! They used to run sometimes. No! But I'm nice. Come on.
He used to run from you like when you showed up.
Well, actually, one time, I swear to God, I was in a scene, right? And this girl, she looked sexy, but sometimes I was really, you know, wild, right? And my eyes sometimes, you know what I mean?
The wild look.
And so I think it was me and Mark Wallace on a set, and we were going to do a three-way. And the girl, I looked at the girl just deep, and I was like, hey, right? I look like the tiger I am, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, ah! No! And she took off. I used my one look.
But I mean, you do kind of look like a bull who's getting ready to charge. So,
Right.
I mean, I invite the bull. I think it's a good thing, but...
Yeah, I am a Taurus.
Oh, see? Yeah.
But right, it was just, I didn't even, but I was more wild when I'm younger, you know? 20-something. 20 years ago, 20-something years ago. But this is the song, Albert Hammond. I guess we can't play it, but I'm going to play it for her, so you'll have to cut this out. Editor, cut this out because I'm not licensed to have this music. But It Never Rains in Southern California by Albert Hammond. Cut this out, but she's going to hear it. I just sing it right?
Yeah.
Come on, you're too nice. All right, we're back.
That's a great song.
Oh, she is great. She was
song.
good. Woo.
I was singing. Woo.
That's a good song. Do you like it?
I loved it.
Really?
My favorite song.
Yeah, it's a little slow, but more mellow. What kind of music do you like?
It filled me up with musical appreciation.
Musical orgasms.
Mm-hmm. I really like.
I like Rihanna.
Yeah, I like her too.
Sexy and strong and cool. She stays with it. Keeps changing. She's so slick, so smart.
That's what I really like about her. Yeah, I just listened to Kanye's newest. Man, he's so talented.
You like his new album?
Oh yeah. He's still got it. He's
really?
just yeah. Because when you think about everything that I know to talk so much about him, but when you think about he's remember how Prince was so in control of every note, every instrument. It's the same way as that Kanye is.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw him in concert once. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how he is in concert. I
He's good.
haven't seen him, but yeah, his album you see your board right there, he every beat that you hear, he pushes it in and makes the beat happen.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's why I'm when you hear it and you're wow, he's playing all that, he's doing all that.
So I thought it was more like a gospel album, the new one.
I mean, it's still Kanye. It's still he still raps on it. What do you think it is when you listen to
I haven't heard it, but somebody told me.
I mean, he's probably talking, but he's talking about things. He's talking about real stuff, and he's still a rapper. He's still hip hop. He's still that kind of artist. So
you vibed with it. You liked it.
Oh yeah, no, I like his work a lot. I like a lot of his work. Mm-hmm.
So since we're a musical artist, and this is kind of people. We're sexual professionals kind of in this business, more than most anybody on the planet. I know that I am, and I'm sure that you are. So what you like girls?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
So Rihanna, would you want to take Rihanna to bed?
Fuck yeah. I've met her once. And
really?
Yeah, so she has this amazing sexual energy. You feel it before you feel it radiating off of her. And she was wearing this tight black tank top with her nipples just really I think they might be pierced or something because they were really protruding out with no bra. And she was just so sexy and so not she's just seems like a really down chick. She's just beautiful.
Yeah, is she beautiful?
Beautiful.
When did you meet her? How long ago?
Maybe a couple years ago. I met her in LA at a salon that my friend was working at.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So she was really easy to talk to.
Yeah. We took pictures and she hugged, gave us a hug, a full-on hug, she knew us. She was just really. And I actually went to Barbados last year to where she grew up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw the little house that she grew up in, it was cute.
Pretty. I mean.
Yeah, she's actually. I feel maybe she's invested a lot into that neighborhood to make it flourish and to it's very charming. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how'd her body look?
Oh, fuck, her body is I like her body a lot because I personally. I love big tits. I love fake tits. I love all tits. But my most sexual turn on is a woman with maybe natural smaller side tits. My boobs are a 32C. They're a C cup, but they're natural. So maybe people might argue they're smaller. But if you know anything about boobs, you know that they're different. They're just not laid differently,
Oh yeah, no. They sit differently.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
But and her just
they go up, they go down.
I can just
they go
imagine
out.
her nipples were like chocolatey, chocolate chips, so sexy.
You
and
want to lick them?
Yeah, and that's the kind that turns me on the most. And her skin was really smooth, but she also had curves. She had ass and. She wasn't a waif. She was just a woman,
Oh, yeah?
And I think that's really sexy. And you could just tell, when you if you were like grab her and kiss her and just like
Like,
she
you
was
like
just really
kissing?
sexy. Yeah. And she had like really short hair too, which is like I feel like attractive on women, you know, with if they have a very pretty face, like Rihanna does. And because it's like less to like get in the way, you know, just like going down on you.
I mean, she looks like she has really nice skin. She looks cute to pretty. She doesn't look unbelievable, but is she prettier in person?
She looks just as beautiful in person.
So you think she's beautiful?
Yeah. She's like very exotic and very, she's, yeah, she's really sexy. I'm attracted to women with who are like exotic, you know.
Yeah. So you like brown skin or
I like
big lips? Just
I just like just exotic. Like I hooked up for a long time with like a Turkish girl, and she had like very dark skin and dark features, but she didn't have like big lips, you know. But she had like whoa, oh my god,
whoa, that is insane! Holy shit!
I've never. Wait, is it mean that there's thunder, there's lightning, or?
Yeah, well, we're cool.
Okay. No doubt we're cool, but.
We're good, don't worry. Oh shit! No.
Oh, maybe it's too early for lightning. You know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know
We're still like working
the
in the
rules of
morning.
engagement for lightning.
But but then again, I also met your friend Jenna Jameson in person, and I thought she was really hot, and she's like maybe like the opposite of exotic looking conventionally, but she is exotic to me because she has all those tattoos. You know, and that's I guess it's just exotic to me because it's just like different, you know.
Jenna had an energy, you know, a great energy.
Yeah, she was really sweet.
I haven't seen her in years, but it was amazing because I used to watch her anywhere we went because I was always at a lot of clubs. I was good friends with her husband, and so I'd always be at so many places with him, right? Mm. And, you know, me and Jenna were super cool. We worked together numerous times and won Best Sex Scene of the year for AVN in '96 or something. But the girls loved Jenna back then. You know, this is like in the late '90s, early 2000s, right? They were so crazy for her. Mm-hmm. Like she changed, you know, the way people or girls looked at porno. I swear to you, because before people looked at porno, the girls looked at porno. Oh, it's okay, and the people outside that looked at porno would be like, we like it, but you're a fucking dog, you know, for doing it, a girl, right? They would, you know, always hurt the girl's feelings. You know, they always like, you know, say they were the, like there was, you know, when like a hooker or a prostitute in the city, you know, they'd always point their fingers at the girl next door that did porno, right? So the red Scarlet or something like
Scarlet Letters, or like what? I don't know what it means.
I think it has the term.
Oh, I think that's a strip club. Never mind.
Yeah. The Scarlet has some type of innuendos about being kind of, you know, bad. You know, the Scarlet Letter. Anything with Scarlet is kind of like has the feeling of you're good but you're bad, and they're gonna point their fingers.
That's me. Sorry, that was my foot.
Anyways, Jenna made it better for every girl that did porno.
Oh,
I swear to you.
Yeah.
Because I know so many girls that would come.
Like there's a stigma, you're saying.
Yeah, the stigma.
Okay.
Before the girls would come in the business, cute girls, 18, 19, 20, whatever, you know what I mean? And they would come in there and just sweet, innocent girls because whatever, they were making $5 an hour, $6 an hour working at In-N-Out Hamburgers or McDonald's, and all of a sudden they're making $1,000 a day, you know, 30 days out of the month or more, and they're pretty and they love them and they love sex. It's just, you know, more of a family back then, right?
Oh yeah.
And so then all of a sudden they'd be like, oh, my next door neighbor, oh, blah, blah, blah. Everybody says, oh, you did porno, you're a piece of shit, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's awful.
But after Jenna, I swear to you, it changed it. I watched it. It was very strange.
That's amazing that she cultivated that she had pioneered that for us, because today I don't get any type of animosity like that in my life ever. I mean,
ridicule. I mean,
yeah, exactly. I don't experience anything like that. And I guess I have Jenna to thank then for that, and that wave of women who also before her who had suffered through that.
yeah, a lot of girls suffered
I'm
terribly.
so grateful for how it is now because I understand they suffered a lot, and that's not really that's not great.
I mean, the truth is, people are always quick to judge, right?
Oh yeah.
But you're talking, let's take these girls, they're innocent girls, so they want to have sex and make money, right? In those days. Big deal, right? It's not a big deal, right? Everybody's having sex. So they just do it on camera, but some people in the church and stuff, oh, these are evil, rotten spirits. God bless them, help them, you know? Anyways.
Hump them or help them? Hurry up and hump them, hurry!
Yeah.
Get the spirits, get the demons out.
Because they would do it, you know, if they had their chance, right? But anyways,
Hump the demons away.
Their peer pressure would drive the girls to do drugs and alcohol and sometimes commit suicide.
Oh God, that's awful.
Really, I mean, it's crazy. But Jenna had posters in these 18, 19, 20, whatever year old girls, pretty girls, believe me, pretty girls.
Yeah, no doubt.
Would have posters of her in their room. Come on, Jenna Jameson posters. I mean, it was something to see, you know, something to watch. I mean, they really loved her. I remember I was at a club one time, and this girl, up we were in the VIP, whatever, and this pretty girl, I was like, hey, right? You know, oh, you're short, blah, blah, blah. You know, she, you know, disrespected me, but of course, she snuck in the limo to go back to Jenna's house.
Oh, what?
What? She snuck in the limo, right?
Well, you know, if there's an open door, you know.
And I still, you know, hit myself because the girl was really pretty, right?
Yeah.
And Jenna gets there and she goes, what are you doing in my limo? Mm-hmm. What the hell are you doing at my house? You know, she don't want her privacy invaded, right?
Oh, okay. She's
right?
like, I just want to party.
Right. And I should have just said, hey, Jenna, she's with me. And then it would have been good.
But you didn't.
I did. Ah!
Oh, man, she could have been a great porn star. She could have just...
No, see, we would have had a nice night because Jenna would have just said, go ahead. Mm-hmm. And they said, okay. That's how powerful Jenna was. She would just say something at that point in time. It was amazing. Mm-hmm. Anyway, you know.
Well, she's probably listening now saying, yeah, you could have stood up for me that day, but you didn't.
No, I mean, she would have just told the girl, go with him. And I love women, you know. It's not a curse, but, you know, maybe a little. Right? But so back to, well, you know what? So back to, you know, the music. Rihanna was pretty. She was cool, right?
Oh, yeah, hot.
And, you know, she's not shy. She doesn't
No, she's not shy at all. She's not afraid of people
to be like a woman, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't get that vibe from her at all.
What other girls? I mean, so let's go back. You would like to kiss her?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would do anything to her, with her. Yeah. If she was, like, super down, yeah, I would totally.
Lick her toes or? Oh,
yeah. Oh, my God, I'm sure her feet are so cute. I'm sure her feet are, like, so adorable and sexy. Because women's feet are, like, really, like, beautiful. And I know that when I get my toes, like, held or, like when somebody, like, grabs my feet, like when we're in doggy or something, or like kisses my toes, like that really sends a signal down to my pussy, and I get super wet, and I love it. Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, because when I used to be in missionary, you know, sometimes I take the whole foot and stick it in my mouth.
Oh wow, yeah,
right?
that's impressive.
Well, I'm choking a girl, right? Which is kind of difficult.
That's a lot of sensations. Like my foot's wet and I can't breathe. But choking out is like, that's hot. Did you ever make anybody pass out?
No. Oh. No, because I already had a reputation, but I never ever wanted to hurt a girl, right? You know?
Well, it doesn't hurt.
No, but
I've definitely been choked till I black out, and I was like, but it didn't hurt. I wasn't in pain. It was like fun. I was like, oh, do it again.
But when you have a reputation, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? Oh, did it again, you know?
Yeah.
So
unless the person who was down for it is willing to stand up for you if you know anyone said anything, which I'm like, yeah, I did it.
I mean, sometimes I know the energy, so I bring them to a good point. Mm-hmm. I can see their eyes.
Yeah.
But I always...
You feel the vibe.
Yeah. For me, it's always feeling the girl's passion, energy, and going with her, bringing her up and down, all over, whatever I can get out of her as a performer, you know, like in my scenes. Mm-hmm. It was all about that. You know, we were natural performers then, so if you don't like the girl, it's going to show. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I liked a lot of the girls. So I won a lot of best sex scenes.
Yeah, you earned them.
And I was not political, so I probably would have won another 20 or 30. But
there's still time.
Not for me. I'm done. Anyways, but so
speaking of award winning.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We have this. This is gonna win awards tonight, right?
I find out tomorrow. Well, tomorrow. Yeah, I find out tomorrow if it's nominated for any AVN awards. AVN.
Arcane.
Yeah. Open it up. Look inside. There's a 2-disc set with me on both of the discs.
Can't show it.
No, you can't show that's naughty, but the cover is not naughty.
That's a beautiful cover.
Thank you. I was shot by Andy Zane.
And the bottom, the butt looks really nice.
Thank you. I'm nominated right now for Best Butt for the Flesh Bot Awards. So vote for me for Best Ass.
Arcane.
Yes.
Arcane. It's a good movie?
It's the best. It's the most proud work I'm most proud of that I've done, I think, in my entire career. I acted in this movie 2 parts. It's like about me, and it falls under the category of like just really intense sex scenes and cream pie and taboo. And my first scene, I have a scene with James Dean, and I have a scene also with Donnie Rock, and I've got fucked in positions I've never even imagined were possible, and really put myself to the limit and put it to extreme. And I played like a woman of like abuse,
Of abuse?
By an abusive a husband, someone who's like controlling and like kind of like rough, like mean, and I just like submit and give in and just like get manhandled. And the subject matter is like a little like it's very taboo, not a little taboo. It's very taboo. It's where like
taboo is in
I'm like, oh my God, I'm fucking my mom, like that. Like I'm fucking my mom when she was young and hot. Yeah. Wow. So that happens. And I'm the MILF. So and I remember like reading the dialogue with James Dean, and even he was like, I don't really feel comfortable with this. I draw the line here.
Really?
And
Yeah.
even I was the one like,
wow.
I was the one like, come on,
Really?
like let's do it. And like I think out of that, his really true performer came through, and he's like, okay, you want it? Let's go. Let's do it then. And then it really was a very intense scene that I'm just so proud of. And yeah.
How many scenes you do in the movie?
I do too. And there's also 2 other beautiful women in this movie, Maya Bijou, as well. There's Maxim Law, and it's for Kelly Madison Media. And both these girls, one of them is like a very, very pretty girl next door, blonde, and the other one is just like a sexy Latina, curvy brunette. Yeah.
It's all about you, really.
Today
we're about you.
Yes. But I want to just
nice you
shout out who else is in it, so you guys could watch it, download it, and I did the politics for this one to make sure. Because before I've really like performed my ass off. Everything I give 1,000% into every performance I do, but I'm like, I really, out of all the movies that are being made, I want this one to stand out. I want it to be seen by the right people who I know will appreciate it, and review it and hype it up. So Star Factory PR is my PR, and they've really helped me tremendously to promote this. But it really comes down to the fans and the people watching it and enjoying it, and getting off to it, and feeling like they went on a journey when they see this movie. Yeah, I recommend the film very much.
So is it your best work?
Yes, absolutely my best work. And I've had a lot of really good work.
a lot of dialogue in there?
There's, the dialogue, it's not tons of dialogue, it's just relevant dialogue. It's just dialogue relevant to get things into the story, and to open up that kink and really make you feel like I shouldn't be watching this, but I gotta see what happens. Like really dirty, naughty, like yeah.
Do you know about the history of kink porno?
The history? Ooh, give me a history lesson.
The history of kink porno was that in the 70s and early 80s, you could make, even rape scenes, right?
Uh-huh.
You could do stuff.
Okay.
But then obscenity laws came in and locked everybody up.
Okay.
Right?
So before it was more like you know, like in a movie, like in a mainstream they call movie, like a Hollywood movie, you could do anything as long as you don't like show what you're implied to be doing. Right?
Well,
but you're saying that porn would do that?
Porn would do it. It was okay for a little while, and then the government, FBI, started entrapping people. So they get the distributors to send their VHS tape, you know, or film, whatever, you know, high 8, super 8, wherever.
I don't know what that is. I have no idea. I'm so sorry. I'm just looking at you like,
A super 8 is like a roll of film that you play on a projector.
oh my God.
Right?
Oh my God.
Right, that's in the 70s, right? In the early 70s. And then the 80s had the VHS and beta, but then they'd get them to send the tape mostly. And then they'd set them up and they'd put them in front of a jury of Christians or...
Were they circle jerking it off when they were watching? Probably, huh? They're probably all like circle jerking it off.
No, I don't know. Not really. Because if you think about a lot of these Bible Belt areas, these people are really down for the cause.
Okay, cool.
You know, some of them are.
That's nice.
And so the FBI would get them to send tapes to an area when the people looked at it like, oh my God, right?
So wait, they're just sending it to people. Wait, why would that? So wait, hold on. Let me get this straight. So it's like that scene in Clockwork Orange where they're like forcing them to watch something they don't want to watch, but they're like forcing them like, watch the porno. They're like, no, I don't want to watch it.
Not really.
Oh, okay.
But it's parallel with that mentality because why does it have anything to do with you if you're not buying it or being forced to watch it? So it's got nothing to do with you.
But they're forcing them to watch it though.
No, but if it's in that area,
okay.
If that tape is in that area, it's against the law.
Okay. Okay.
But the people aren't forced to watch it.
But it's like, but they're not even interested in buying that anyway, right? When they just rather like, go to Bible study or something.
Yes, they would.
Right.
But
so why are you gonna make them like? Why are you gonna like make them do something like they wouldn't even regularly do?
Doesn't make any sense.
No,
does it?
it doesn't. It's like,
guess what?
why are you harassing a man to leave him alone?
Guess what?
What's up?
You send that tape. Your company sends that tape, right, to a setup, to a fake store run by the FBI.
Okay.
And they will take this tape and say, our laws in this city or state state this. Now, jury, watch this, which is a bunch of Bible Belt people, and they will say, oh my God, guilty. We will seize all your assets.
Oh, for obscenity?
Yeah.
Okay.
Seize your assets and fine you $1 million, throw you in prison. You imagine that?
So the FBI set up a sting, basically, but the distributor never checked their references. They never made sure it was a like legit store.
Sometimes it's hard to back then.
Okay.
Most people would, but once in a while.
I guess now it's easier too because you could just check their business license, right?
Back then, yeah.
But back then they're like, oh, call 1-800 get pornos. Right. Oh, you want me to send you 500 of the movie? Okay. Yeah, okay, I get it.
When they first started this thing, nobody really knew much better, kind of, I think.
Well, yeah, because you would just have to call them, right? And just be like...
Well, you have to know, you have zip codes you can't ship to.
Okay. Okay.
That would be the future, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I wasn't there in the early 80s and the late 70s.
So you never got busted? Or did you?
No. No, but I mean, I knew people that did.
Oh.
Numerous people.
That's awful.
Anyway, so it's crazy, right? Mm-hmm. But it's just that the porno mentality has come a long way. And still obscenity, well, I guess the last obscenity case happened maybe 10 years ago. And, Max Hardcore was thrown in prison.
Oh, I think I might have heard of an article about that.
Rob Black and Max Hardcore were both thrown in prison around the same time.
He's out though. He's out. Max Hardcore's out.
No, he's back.
He's back in prison?
Oh no, he's back to work.
I was like, yeah, he's out. He's out.
He's out.
Yeah, he's back, baby. I'm like, wait, back in prison? What? Okay. No. Like, why are you? He's back. Like,
no. I like the guy. No, he's saying he's back to work. But anyways, but now with the internet, they can't do anything about it.
Okay.
Because
so the joke's on them, FBI.
yeah, I mean, I'm not making a joke out of you guys, but
He just made a joke. Did you hear him? He just said it.
anyway.
He said, no, but I see what you mean. Because with the internet, yeah.
No,
right?
You
right.
lived, yeah. The internet is global, so.
Well, in certain countries, if you try to look up porno, then it has the thing come up with like the whoever's leading the country, their face, and they like. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
No.
you can't go. I guess they're like blocked sites.
Right. But I mean, you have the tube sites which have crazy stuff on them, right? So it's just too hard to get to people now. So maybe they'll do.
Well, I feel like though with scenes like the ones that you were describing, ones are that extreme. I mean, I guess if I really looked hard, but I don't really see anything that's not that.
What you just said. Mm-hmm. What you just stated for your movie. You're going to prison. You too.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
No, for the.
Because it's a dream. It's a dream sequence. He didn't build a time machine and go back and fuck his mom.
No, but okay.
But if he did, I guess I would be in trouble, huh?
No, I mean, listen.
But like, what was I in trouble for, building the time machine or getting fucked by my future son?
Busted.
But
you and the company's gonna get busted.
But what if in the movie The Future the laws were different?
I mean, just say that to a person in the 70s and 80s.
Well, they would just have to watch the film and tell me what they thought of it, and tell me how hard they got when they solved this scene.
But let me give
If they were soft as a bunny, then I would be like, oh, okay, then you really didn't like it, and I guess I deserve the fine. But if they were hard as a rock, I'd be like, shit, you gotta pay me at least for the price of the movie.
Let me give you an example. Georgia. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure still, or until lately, it's been against the law to have anal sex with your partner.
How could they enforce that?
They don't, but they could. So if you send a movie there.
Wait, when if like you went to confession and you're like, oh hey, like forgive me, I just like what do they call it? Sodomy or whatever. Yeah. Sodomy, and then they're like, oh, just kidding, I'm not the priest, I'm the FBI, you're under arrest.
Well,
right?
In my opinion,
for putting your dick where it don't belong, or letting, you know what I mean? Is that what they do?
Yeah. No, no, I don't think they do that, but who knows? But I mean, if you think about it really carefully and technically, wouldn't you think that the confession was the ultimate epic center of information? So in the old days, right? In the 1600s, 1500s, 1400s, oh, they did that? Oh, yeah, just confess. Your sins will be forgiven. Pretty soon, you're being burnt at the stake.
Yeah, that's messed up. Like, I thought you were supposed to, I mean, I'm not Catholic. I don't know, but... No, is anything safe? Is nothing ever sacred? You gotta take your secrets with you, man.
Yeah, there you
go. just keep them to yourself.
But see, a lot of people don't know this information. Like, I brought out mothers and daughters. You know what I mean?
Ooh, are you, like at the same time?
I'm the
like
person.
You hooked up with the mom and the daughter at the same time.
Oh, no. But
wait, no, you're gonna tell me no. You know,
I brought the movies.
Oh, okay.
I brought the movies to life because before I brought them to life, you know what I mean? Nothing was going on because everybody was still scared shitless. So I put the mothers and daughters into effect in 2005.
So when did you fuck the mom and the daughter?
No, I mean I produced it for my companies.
Yeah. So, but what experience in your actual true life did you get this idea from to produce these movies?
Because I used to be going out with the girls, and I'd see the mother or I'd see the daughter, one or the other.
Okay.
And I'd be like, boy, that'd be great to have them both,
So they did it?
No.
Yeah, they did. So like they were like.
No, I mean, I never did it.
Taking turns on you, or like what? She's like, no, suck it like this. No, mom, we're doing this now.
That was a fantasy. But I'm just saying, I put the key.
It happened.
Anyways, I put the idea into place, and before it was into places, and then since then, they've graduated to some wild stuff. I hear crazy stuff.
Wow, if you watched Arcane, you're gonna have to let me know what you think about this wild stuff happening. I appreciate your open-mindedness. That you're so open-minded.
Oh, I'm open-minded as it gets.
Yeah, thank you.
Really. So, anyways, it is trippy, right? That the laws have come
Absolutely.
As far as they have, you can do what you want to do. But who knows what the future will bring, because you never know. Because I always think that the internet, right, is so free. It's like the Wild West right now. It's been there for like 20 years, crazy. But every Wild West that I've known, if you look in history.
Oh, yeah, Clint Eastwood. That's right.
No, every Wild West ends.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So you got 20 to 30 years of wildness until it gets tamed.
Oh.
And so they might tame us again. Anyways, back to the kissing, because you're talking about Rihanna, and originally we're talking about what city, right? But
I want to like make out with her. I want to like lick her nipples. And then if I could do it while she's singing, oh my God, that'd be the best. I'd be about it, yeah.
But kissing, you like kissing?
Yeah.
A lot?
Oh yeah.
Or a little bit?
Yeah, I like it.
Because
I don't know if I've ever come just from making out without like grinding my pussy up against something, but yeah.
Tell me, what is a good kisser? Because I'm hearing and I think and I feel that the art of kissing has been lost. When I grew up, you know what I mean? You didn't touch a girl first. You tried to kiss her. Try to give her a peck, and if she did more than a peck, you give her a French kiss, right?
I remember my first kiss, like a French kiss, was like, it was bad, but I mean, of course it's bad. We were kids, and like there was just like a lot of tongue, and no one really knows what they're doing.
A lot of tongue, yeah.
But I didn't like it because it was just like too much. I couldn't work with it. It was just like filling up my mouth, and like I couldn't like work. I felt like he was like forcing it, and I couldn't work with it.
Wow. You didn't like a strong tongue.
My tongue didn't know how to fight back. I was like, like deep throating its tongue, and I just didn't really like. But
how old were you?
I was very young. Well, that one was like maybe like 12.
That's not.
And then, but my first time like I made out, which I remember, which was good, was like a lot younger. It was like my first kiss and like my first make out. It was
With a
like,
boy?
yeah, I was like 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, but that's common.
Okay, that's common. That's not weird. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's common. People.
Yeah, because we were just like kids, like just like but it was But I mean, I remember it was good because it was like slow. It was like,
The kiss was slow at 5.
Well, it was like the makeout was like it wasn't like forcing tongues like doing what you see on TV. It was like more like experimenting with like what.
Nobody knows anything.
Like exactly. No one knows anything when we were kids, and like, but that's probably what makes a good kisser, is being not so much in tune with what you're doing and how your hands are. And it's more about the other person and paying attention to what they're responding to. I think is really what makes a good kisser.
Yeah, you go with their style or their flow, adjust, almost like a boxing match.
Yeah, but then you could slow down, and they could try something a little bit to you, and you could just like, yeah.
So 12-year-old, the guy kissed you. He was 12.
Yeah. I remember we were at
So
school.
he was strong. Let me hear it.
Yeah, and I was like deep throating their tongue and choking on it. And, like I just remember just being like dazed, like stunned, like. What just happened there?
My mouth was molested.
Well, yeah, it was like filled up with a foreign object, and I was just like, and I just remember maybe I could have mistaken his passion for pushy, but
he liked you.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah,
I wasn't traumatized. Obviously, I tried it again and again. But, yeah.
So did you like the tongue going deep, or you don't like that still?
I guess I just didn't like his cocky ass attitude where he just thought he could just like shove his tongue in there without like me like being like, do it to me, I guess I just didn't like that. I'm like, I
think that's a new case they're gonna take up.
No, I mean, I was, but I remember there was like,
he tongued me too hard.
No, you're right. Now I'd be like, okay, down boy, shh, okay, good boy, stay there, okay, good. But as an adult, I haven't really run into any really bad kissers. Really, I haven't really. Yeah, I feel like when we're reaching that age, we're pretty good. Really? Yeah.
Well, what is a good kisser? Tell me.
A good kisser starts with starts with hygiene. It starts before you leave the house. Gotta like brush your teeth, floss them, gargle. Then brush your tongue. That's really that's really important. And then
smile. Let's see your teeth. They look like they're flossed.
Yeah. But that's really like number one. And because when you're, and also too, like, you know, I don't really know so much about like gum, but I like the Listerine breath strips or like the spray, like your mouth spray. That's really good, especially when going for a kiss, because then it's like, ooh, that smells good. Like, oh, that's so nice. Like, and being hydrated is really good, because nobody really wants to like kiss somebody with like dry lips or dry. Mm-mm. And because spit is really a good lubricant for kissing.
Yeah. But like, because I'm a person, I love kissing. So in the movies, I always want to kiss, right? So I've truthfully ran into probably 10 to 20 people in my life that can kiss well.
Oh,
and
wow.
I've kissed, thousands of girls, right? Thousands. So I like to know how. I mean, what do you like?
Well, me and my girlfriends
kissing?
would practice on each other, so I know we're good. That's how we got the practice in. Like, I know we're good. Like, that's how I know. Like, we all, like, yeah.
Yeah, but you like to put your lips strong against them, softly. You take the tongue and you wrap it around the other tongue real strong, or you just real light, or you just wrap your lips and you don't even use much tongue. What is good to you?
Ooh,
What sensation? Because kissing can bring all kinds of sensation.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the way that you described it. It sounded like very good. I was like, oh yeah, the tongues are doing what? When you said like press your lips against the other lips and then like introduce the tongue, but then when I'm doing that, I like to hold their cheeks a little bit and like spread it back and like, really like be able to like, with our faces and yeah.
Spread their cheeks, show me.
Like, yeah, no, like, yeah, like when you're like kissing somebody and you're just like, just a little bit, like, so you're like really, your tongue and your lips are just really like more involved in there and it just, yeah, it feels.
If you like the tongue strong against your tongue, it's almost like sometimes
Soft. I mean,
strong.
maybe not at first. Not at first. I like that, but I like to work up to that. Yeah, I like to start a little slow. And I like to like softly like lick like the lips, like like on the side, like almost like you're like rimming the mouth. But I like to do that if somebody just like responds to that because it's like feels really hot, feels really good. I like a soft little tongue, just like. There's so many muscles and so many pleasure centers like in your mouth and in your lips, so it does like a really good sensation.
Do you like a strong guy or do you like weaker guys? Do you like because I would be a guy that went like this and I would grab you and kiss you, and take it from there, right?
It reminds me of Pepe Le Pew and the little cat where he was like, come here, oh la la, and she's like, no, but I would definitely give in if it was like the right circumstance,
But you like it more soft generally?
Starting out, I just like it to just be like it depends on the moment actually, really depends. Sometimes when like in the throes of passion, I'd be like, speed this up, baby, like ravage me, like in the throes of passion. But there's a time and a place where it's nice to start out slow and then take it from there, and then go someplace more comfortable.
Yeah, sometimes
finish
the
up.
fire is hot. Sometimes you make it hot.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a weird roller coaster sometimes. Mm-hmm. So if you're having sex, when you have sex, what I mean?
Yes.
Do you like to have get like slammed, or do you like it slow and long?
I'm like, oh yeah, I like getting slammed. I'm like, oh, like I like
Slam deep and hard. Mm-hmm. That's your thing.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Well, I mean, I'm not talking about you, but sometimes we used to go, that girl's a slam hound. Right?
So that's the name for it, slam hound?
I think me and Peter Norris used to say that all the time, right? You ever heard of him?
Yes, I have. I have. I didn't say anything.
Anyway,
yeah, I do like that a lot. I like that a lot. Yeah,
so
it's good.
do you like big monster dicks or just like them 8
You
or
know,
9 inches, or you like them?
it's you know, that's the thing. I can't be like, oh, I've never come on someone who's like been like 5 or 6 inches, because I totally have. I have like totally, and I've been able to like double dip too, like easier, like,
I
yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
I figured, I just got that. I never knew that.
Wow, look at him. I taught him something new today.
Wow.
The student has taught the teacher something.
Double dipped. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah, and
Yeah, it's easier
yeah, and
on your body.
well, it's just, yeah, and so it's cool. So that's the thing, like with dicks, like it's just like there's so many like different ways and things, and there's so many possibilities. So to say I have like a preference to just one, I'm like, well, then I can't. Then I'm like discrediting all the other ones that are so great. Like
It's a rainbow. It's like a candy store, huh?
Because exactly. Because it's like like when it's like, oh, like circumcised, not circumcised. It's like, well, a lot of the European guys aren't circumcised and their dicks feel great. So yeah, especially for anal too. But then it's like
a lot of foreskin that makes it softer or something.
yeah. But then I'm like, but then like, because it just like holds open like your ass, and then it like goes like that instead of like that. Does it make sense? Yeah. So
It's kind of like a extra protector or layer or something.
it feels really nice. It's really nice. I rather enjoy it.
Wow, that's interesting. That's something I've never heard.
Yeah. But I mean, but like some people are like, oh, I only like this kind, and I'm like, I can't say I only like that kind, but then these ones are so great for this other stuff, and then I really like this kind because I like to put it in my mouth and like just like swallow it down as fast as I can. Like, oh man, but it's like I'm just cutting myself off from so many different great things. It's just not fair.
See, that's real smart.
Yeah.
Smart thinking.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, but that's so great.
When I think about girls, because I'm always into pussy since I was 5 years old, right? Pussies, right? I like them all, but I have a preference. The fat ones.
Oh.
You know what I mean? But
the more the better.
Right. But, how you never know what you're gonna get. You know what I mean? It's like Cracker Jacks. You take the clothes off. You have intercourse.
It was Cracker Jacks?
Cracker Jacks had a toy, always inside the box.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, what kind of Cracker Jacks are you eating?
Yeah, good ones. No. But, they'd always have a present in there. So you never know what you're going to get, right?
So my pussy is like, I guess like the lips are like thicker, but then like I'm like a little bit like an Audi. So basically it's like a taco, like a taco, like a little taco, like a little bit of like meat out. Yeah. So that's how my pussy is. And
you never, as a man, you don't know you're a woman, but as a man, you never know. I swear, it's so crazy, the texture of what the girl's gonna have, and the walls. Because I hear so many girls say, "Oh, I'm so tight," right? Yeah, baby, you might be tight at the beginning, but guess what happens after that?
Okay.
Right, it's very strange way. People,
well, especially for your ass too. Like it's like a small entryway, but it's like very like roomy.
I think usually it's more of a canal usually, but the women sometimes open up. But then sometimes they don't. Sometimes they have a canal, and it is wall to wall.
Oh wow!
And then it gets tighter toward the end. It's hotter towards the end. It's smoother. Sometimes it's smooth and silky. Sometimes it's sandpaper. It's crazy.
Oh, wow.
It's a trip, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But, I love all women.
Sandpaper.
Yeah.
Or is it just like a more like texturized feeling?
Sandpaper.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, no.
Yeah, right. That's scary, right? So to all the women out there, be very careful and gentle with your body. You know what I mean? Always take care of it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Not you, but you're a woman, but to all the women, because you never know. You always want to be the best. I always want to be the best. When I was a performer, I ran and was in shape. So I'm still in shape, right? But,
yeah.
You know what I mean? I was really in really great cardio, and I always want to do the best I could do and be the best I could because I like to have sex. So I always wanted to give the girls the best treatment. So I always took care of myself. Right. So for a woman, you got to go into Epsom salt. You got to, take baths and you got to be really nice to your body and your vagina.
I absolutely agree. You're speaking for men, right? Like, would they have to like come correct?
The men got to come correct, but the women will take care of themselves.
Yes.
Got to really stay in the baths and take care of themselves.
Absolutely agree.
I'm not a woman, but I know what they're supposed to do. You know what I mean? To be snug and...
Oh, well, tell me some of the secrets. I want to know if I'm doing all of them. If there's any I need to do.
Vinegar and salt baths are supposed to help tighten up the girl's walls.
What?
Yeah.
Like, or take douche with it, or just like take a bath with it?
Take a bath with salt all day long. But vinegar, I don't know the super secrets of the vinegar, but...
Vinegar, I think, softens your skin. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So maybe in the bathtub and the douche.
Well, it's cool because in the bathtub, like when you do like bath salts, it keeps the soap residue from sticking to the bath.
No, the Epsom salt you gotta use.
No, that's what vinegar does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, vinegar it's like softens.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So,
Haven't you ever like cleaned with it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
White vinegar. White vinegar is really powerful.
Yeah. So if you clean with it, but it softens, it's like not harmful to your skin.
Right.
It's like, it's maybe like, that's
so
what
that's some of the old secrets. The vinegar is an old secret from black mothers, right? Because I pioneered black.
I learned that in beauty school too.
Yeah? Really?
Yeah, like it's good for your hair. It makes it shiny and it just like balances the pH.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so to the women out there, old secret is that vinegar is one of the oldest secrets to keep your man at home, to keep him coming home.
I want to find out what else you do with the vinegar. Like, I mean, is it just in the bath or?
Oh, I don't know.
Like vinegar for a tight pussy.
I don't think they have it. I think they have it.
You can only find this out here on this. You can only find it out from you.
I mean, this is from the probably 100-year-old secret, 200-year-old secret.
Yeah, wow.
You know what I mean? Because
people thought back then.
like I said, I don't want to bring up everybody's secrets, but it's a little secret from women with powerful men that want to have sex. They want to keep them at home.
I think that's great.
Yeah, it's interesting, right?
And it's also like very, at least more natural than maybe something these days with like you don't know what's in it.
Oh yeah, right. But also, of course, there's the Kegel with the balls. Those are supposed to be ancient Asian secrets. So I think all the secrets together make something.
It reminds me, I was doing the balls and so sometimes like when you put them inside of you, like your pussy gets so, maybe it's strong or maybe just used to it being up there.
Holding them.
And it also, sometimes they could travel up. It's like it sucks it up. So
wow.
I'm like, oh, okay, well, I don't know where the other one is, but eventually it's got to come down. You know what I mean? What goes up must come down. I was not going to get lost in there. I had faith it would come back out. So I was like, because it's a smooth ball, so it's like so I was like, maybe when one of my crevices that you were talking about, I don't know. So I was like, okay, but it was like hours. So I was like, well, I gotta go live my life. So I was running errands and I was going here and going there, and then I was like in an Uber, and then like I got out and there was like the ball had like came out. And the guy was like, "Oh, you dropped something." I was like, "Oh."
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah.
In the Uber?
Yeah.
You didn't have panties on?
I did. Well, actually, no, I didn't. Fuck it. I didn't have any panties on. But I don't know. I just didn't wear underwear with that outfit.
Wow.
It didn't make sense. So I was like, "Oh, okay." I should throw it to him like, "Yeah, it's for you. Keep that."
What's more sexy, really, than a girl with no panties? A sexy girl, a pretty girl with no panties. I mean, I don't think it gets much nicer than that, because if she's pretty, nice legs, nice pussy, everything, and you see a glimpse, it's way better than, even with panties on, but the look, it's just this, for me, it's just unbelievable. It just has a look to it, right? That you dream of seeing this happen, and then you see it. Oh my God, the little.
Did you see mine when I was in the car when you were getting me, and I jumped in the back seat to grab the movie? Okay, I thought for sure your radar would have went off if that's what you were looking for. It's like, what if he gets home not wearing underwear? Oh well, he's probably not looking at that. He looks like a gentleman. He's probably.
Oh yeah, I'm a gentleman.
I mean, generally, I could still look. It's like,
Oh, I would look. I probably was, yeah. Well, maybe I'm getting old. That's terrible. I didn't notice, huh?
or maybe you were really just concerned about helping me, to find the studio.
I saw something, but I didn't see that.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Well, what'd you see?
I just saw some skin. I didn't see your vagina, but I just saw your legs, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, I saw your butt a little bit, and I didn't, but...
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Maybe because it was together. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, so back to the kissing. Does kissing get you wet?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And so you were kissing your first kiss when you were 12, the real like heavy duty kiss?
Yeah, maybe like 11 or 12.
11 or 12?
Yeah.
So when was the first time you had sex?
14.
14?
Yeah.
That's pretty normal.
Yeah, 14.
How was it?
I don't really have anything that I could have compared it to at that point, but I guess it wasn't very gentle. It was very, and it each time it wasn't like gentle, but I did come. I did have an orgasm.
Wow,
Yeah.
the first time? First time?
Yeah, during foreplay I came. During the sex, I think that just happened like after a few times of trying it, and I remember like he would come so much, like so much.
The guy would?
Yeah.
Wow, is it Peter North's brother?
Okay, so I have a question about that. Somebody has sent me a scene on Twitter of like a cum shot that he had, and I was really baffled by it because it was just like it kept coming and kept coming, and then it kept coming, and after I thought he had come, then it had looked like he had come for the first time again. Like, so I was like, is this like one cum shot or several, or is it fake? But it looked real, and I'm kind of baffled by what happened. So maybe you could debunk this for me. Like, what do you think?
Oh, well, listen, me and Peter North always played brothers in the movies, right? Because I was the shorter, rougher looking version, they would say, right? Mm-hmm. And so we would tag team girls all day long, right? I mean, hundreds of scenes together. We've been in hundreds of movies together, right? Mm-hmm. But so side by side, we, come on a girl's face, right? Mm-hmm. So I would be, like this. Ow, don't get me, right?
Oh.
So basically, because the girl's face right there, boom, bam. We've counted down 18. He calls them ropes that big. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Wow.
5, 6, 7,
18
8,
was the most?
9, 10, 11. Do you know how long it takes to do 18?
Yeah. Throwing ropes. It's like
18. And he was just, it was the funniest thing. Like, he would go about that far a rope, but I could squirt like 8 feet. You know what I mean? So I said, ow.
Your ropes go farther, but his ropes are...
I got like 1 or 2 ropes and then I'm done. But sometimes I didn't have that much because I used to work 4 scenes a day.
Right.
But anyways, I said, don't get me, Al, because I will get you. Right? I can get you. If I aim...
Like when he's walking out to the car.
No, in the scene.
Oh, okay.
Because if I say, we count it down. You go, ready, Al? You ready? 10, 9, 8, 7. You ready? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You ready? Boom, together. Same shot, right? Anyway.
No, that's a great team. That's a great performer.
He's totally a normal person, It's not extra, but I would call him the X-Man. He is a freak of nature.
Okay, so it was real. Wow,
Real,
so
totally
it was real. And so, oh wow.
Can you imagine that? 18 times.
I've seen it. Like, I mean, in this movie, but like, does the rope sometimes like get thicker out of nowhere? Like all of a sudden you're just like, you just never know, right? It's just
I'm not looking at those. I'm just saying, Al, watch out. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, you're like, I'm just gonna go over here.
His name's Al, but.
Right. No, I got that. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But right. No, totally natural, totally insane. And you think about, for me, Peter North is maybe the best porno star because
he seemed to have had a gift.
Because he had a big dick, good-looking guy, came in great shape, super nice guy, and a crazy cum shot, an all-American looking guy. Like, what more do you want for American porno star. Like,
and I think for somebody to watch a porno, they want to see something like that had that wow factor, I guess. Just like, whoa, like
right. I mean, and his personality.
that is something to see right there.
He was in. Matter of fact, we're releasing him today. He goes up on the YouTube channel because he's my brother. So we did a long interview like a little while ago. But yeah, he's very crazy. But the girls loved him. The girls loved him so much because
cool.
he's so nice. But yeah, totally. Can you imagine that? It's crazy, right?
I mean, wow. I guess I don't really know if I could say I've had 18 ropes.
No.
That's wow. It's really impressive.
I mean, every performer, tell me your secret, please. Mm-hmm. But I know his secret. He told me.
Oh.
But he's natural, but maybe a couple supplements, which won't do it for the other person because he's like an X-Man. So
wow. If he ever had revealed that secret, he would just be like, shut everything down and like be like.
No, I mean, it's his body.
But okay. So it works. His formula works for him.
Helps.
It brings power to already somebody who's got a gift.
Right. So a great gift. Great guy. So you like to kiss. But what is your favorite thing about sex? I mean, do you like sex? Do you like blowjobs? Do you like getting oral?
Yeah. No, I mean, I love everything that I think is involved in it. I love the whole process, like from beginning, to the end. Like, there's so much. Yeah, I mean, I obviously wouldn't have chosen this career path if there was something about it. Like, yeah, I like all of it. I mean, I like everything, but I just hate kissing. I think it would be the wrong thing for me to choose to do on camera if it's something I just didn't like for me, But I do what I love, and I also love like spontaneity and
that's dangerous though. I feel spontaneity today. Between strangers, maybe. Because before in the porno business, spontaneity was really free. You know what I mean?
Oh, right.
But I think people were more spontaneous before, but now everybody's kind of tripping. But
I think I could see why the people are tripping too because it's just But
what do you mean spontaneity? Like your partner being spontaneous with you, or in what way?
I did a scene with someone and like he was like throwing me all around like the kitchen and like the counter and like he started going down on me and like I got the bottle of water and I was like pouring it down my chest, down to my pussy, and he was like drowning with it, and then he took it up the water in his mouth and he spit it in my mouth and my face, and like it just like turned me around and fucked me doggy. Like I like spontaneity like that, like, but you don't think about those things. Just something like wild, like that you don't expect someone else to do, or like, stuff like that. Like,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean,
or just like slipping into a position that I didn't, just like, whoa, like, just a surprise like that. Or maybe too, if I'm blowing a guy and then I like start like rimming him and that's like, I like, when they're like, whoa, like they're like super into it and like, it's just something like, yeah, it's like fun, spontaneous and like, yeah. But part of the whole blow job. It's like, it's all involved.
So you hear that? Spontaneous sex. So, beware and be careful.
Well, be prepared, I guess, would be the best advice.
Wow,
that's... Just be like, be ready. Be ready for anything,
So, but out of all the sex, what is your favorite thing? The blowjobs, getting slammed.
Oh my gosh, it's like asking me to pick what's my favorite finger. I mean, I need them all, and I want them all. I think if I didn't have one, I would be very sad.
Really?
But life would go on.
But you only
still
get
have the
one.
other 9, but...
You only get one.
Why?
Just because
but life's not like that.
I would take sex. I like penetration.
Oh, yeah. I mean, to never be penetrated again would be kind of like... But then again, it's such a tough question.
I pass.
Yeah.
no pass. Go ahead.
It's just such a... I was like, yeah, you really ask those hard-hitting questions.
Yeah, I want to go deep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, since you like to go deep, gosh, man, there's just so many things that I love. I love getting penetrated. I love giving oral. I love receiving oral. I love, like rimming, like I like
Rimming, you like rimming?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, why? Rimming a girl and a guy?
Yeah,
Well,
whatever.
That's a little bit dirty.
Yeah,
You're
I know. I'm a
kinky,
dirty girl.
huh?
Yeah.
Are you kinky?
I mean,
We're gonna find out why you're kinky.
why? How?
I want to find out.
Oh no.
Okay, let's go back so you lead me on. So here we go.
Mm-hmm.
You had sex when you're 14.
Mm-hmm.
You kissed the guy, strong, aggressive guy. So maybe you were attracted to aggressive guys, strong guys, maybe, because you said a few guys were kind of going hard on you.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of like I don't think I like loved that. I don't think I like.
But maybe you're attracted to him.
I guess there's one thing I don't. Here's the thing. I guess I'm very adaptable as a person, and I could see, like, oh, like I like anal too. Like I like this, I like that. But it's like certain people is like, okay, well, I got fingered one time and it was a bad experience. Like, well, that happened to me. It was a super bad experience. It was awful, and I hated it, and I kept hating it.
Really?
But I realized their fingernails were just like dirty and sharp, and they were just going really rough. But I was like, okay, I know that in my adult life, you know what you like, you know what you don't like. You could speak up for yourself. Well, you should be able to always, but you feel more confident to just be like, okay, well, if you don't want to change this, and you could walk, I'm fine. I got this. I could get off on my own. So
we're talking when you're young.
Right. But so, but when I was on a date with a guy, I told him, I was like, can you clip your fingernails? They're just like really long. I want you to touch me, but they're just a little long, and I already know. And they were like, oh yeah, sure, okay. Oh my gosh, yeah, for sure. And then they were like, clean. And then when he fingered me, I squirt so much.
But this is in a scene?
No, this is just in life.
In life,
yeah.
okay.
And then I just squirt so much.
Really? So you're a squirter.
Well, yeah, but like I really think, because I could have just been like, don't finger me. I had a bad experience as a child. But it's like, well.
When did you first figure out you were a squirter?
Oh, okay. It happened when I was, I think I had been like a little drunk. And I was, like just broke up with a boy, and I was like horny, and I was like, there's a guy in the room, and we was, kissing, like, one thing led to another, and I'm on top of him, and he's like fingering me while I'm on top, like straddling his chest. And then I just remember him fingering me and just having it feel like really good, but not really focusing on anything. I was just kind of like, and then I squirt all over his chest, like, shh, and he was kind of like stunned, and I was like, whoa, okay, well, you gonna clean this up? Because I'm gonna go back to the party.
What? How old were you?
Old enough, but it was just funny because he was like, wait.
20?
No, I was younger than that. But he's like, what is this? Like, and I was like, okay. And I was like, I tasted it. I was like, well, it doesn't taste like pee. It doesn't smell like anything. I'm like, I don't know. But, and he was just kind of like, just surprised. He was like,
of course, he was shocked.
Like, yeah, shocked, very shocked. But I was like, oh, that was interesting. I was like, oh, cool, whatever. But yeah, yeah.
Is it a secret how old you were? Are you secretive?
Oh, I'm pretty open.
16?
I was like 17, yeah, so almost 18, but yeah. And
that's a beautiful thing,
I don't know why, because I wasn't supposed to be out, so I don't know why I'm like, oh, why am I getting in trouble for that now? Who gives a fuck?
Really? Your parents gonna kick your ass?
Who gives a fuck?
She still worries. You got a conscience.
Yeah, like, but yeah.
Rules, man, they really get in your head.
Yeah. But,
don't worry, they're not gonna watch this interview. I don't think.
But yeah, it was just surprising. I was like, oh, well, cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it was. I felt really cool with it, but I didn't feel weird. I didn't feel self-conscious.
Did it feel good? I mean,
it felt great. Yeah. It was great. It was cool. It was like, I was like, all right, take that. Because, like getting cum to boys my whole life, and then being able to like have something like that happen is kind of like, oh, I get it. I get what you guys are going through. I totally get it now. Like, I get it, for having them to like clean up the mess and like left with the trophy of making the other person, orgasm is like, yeah, you know how it feels like bad, but you didn't know how that felt, did you? He was a little older than 17. Maybe that's why I didn't want to like really say.
It's all good.
But yeah,
Those are the crazy rules they make, you know what I mean?
Right.
But 21? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why like, but he had never like had something like this happen to him. So it was like,
Yeah, you got one on him. It's a good thing he wasn't 15 because the guy would have probably flipped out, right? What the hell?
oh my gosh, could you imagine?
I would have been like me at 15. I'd be like, hey, it's
Yeah, you would have been like, shower time. What?
Bring it. No.
You would have been like thrilled. You'd be like, oh hell yeah, I'm the man.
So, you said all the guys before all your life before 17. So how many guys were you sleeping with?
Like maybe not like sleeping with, but like definitely like experimenting around with. Like I mean, I had like a boyfriend for like a couple years.
You were a good girl?
I mean, not with him, not with my guys, but
You cheated on him?
No. I didn't cheat on him because like we were like fucking around so much, you know. And it's like
A lot of sex.
once you're like exploring their body, it's like why are you gonna be like I don't know. For me, anyways, I was like all about him. I was like super about him. And all the things that we could do, and all the things like we could do together, and then kind of focus, kind of just I liked him a lot.
Sexually.
Yeah, sexually. Hell yeah, sexually.
Well, everything really, but sexually we're talking about.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
And
So where did you meet this guy?
at church.
At church?
I think so. Yeah.
You were 15?
Yeah, I was young.
At church? Well, you know, something about church, the repression,
Oh yeah.
it makes you stir something inside you. It's very strange. You know what I mean? If I pushed you, right, you will come back more than likely. Right? So it's a strange physical part of physics.
Yeah, it was also like kind of like what ended our, like little date. But it's okay. Like we're kids, you're young. You're not supposed to. I don't think it's smart to think you're going to end up with this person forever and ever. At this point in my life. But I just felt like it was like sometimes it's like kind of like hypocritical, like of like. They're like doing like all this stuff, like fucking their girlfriend, but then they're like, oh no, like my parents said we can't date anymore. It's like, what? You're listening to your fucking parents, like.
Really? That happened to you?
Yeah. I was just like,
Well, tell me.
Yeah, no, I was just like, he's like, yeah, my parents are like, don't think we should be together anymore. I'm like, aren't you?
This guy?
Yeah, I was like, aren't you? Because it's not a Christian thing to do. I'm like, wait, didn't we just like fuck in your truck like a minute ago? And now you're telling me like.
You went out there for 2 years and he said that?
Yeah, like a while, yeah. I was like, okay.
Really?
I was like, whatever.
That's a heartbreak.
Oh yeah, I was super. I mean, I'm cool about it now, but yeah, it was like the first heartbreak. I was like, and I just, I was like, I don't know why, but but then you get over it. Life goes on, and then.
What a dork, huh?
Yeah, right.
What's his name?
No, I don't want to say that.
I'll call him a dork.
Oh, his name is Nathan.
Nathan, you're a dork.
Nathan, you are a dork. You're still a dork.
Hey, come on, man. Why, if that's the way it was, why don't you just be more straight? Like, hey, if that's really, if that's the reason, how could you be so dorky? But anyways, maybe you're...
Right? I'm like, is your parents paying off your student debt or something? Like, why do you care?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And that's the guy that was 21?
Uh-huh.
He was 21, he said that?
Yeah, I know, right?
Come on.
Could you believe it?
In what city was this?
This was in, like, Hollister, California.
So up north?
Yeah.
Wow.
In a small-ass, like, little town.
But how old are you?
Me? I'm old enough.
No, come on.
Dirty 30, baby.
30?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
30?
Dirty 30.
So you're born in 1990 or
1990, yeah. Mm-hmm.
1990. So you're 30 coming up?
Yeah.
Next year, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
What sign are you?
I'm on the cusp of Virgo and Leo.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you just turned 29.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, like, it's just like such a. I feel like I'm basically a woman. I'm basically there. I'm at there. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying that basically I asked that because of the time frame. So 12 years ago, basically, right? What the hell are you thinking? 12 years ago, it's a free. People's minds are a lot freer in California, not in the South. This guy must be a dork.
Yes, I think he is. Absolutely.
And you gave
I didn't think he was a dork at the time, though, because I was 17 and he was 21, so I thought he was really cool. But, yeah, he was a dork.
He broke your heart.
Oh, yeah. But,
Did you have sex with his friend after?
I definitely could have.
But
I
you didn't.
definitely could have fucked all of his friends, and at the same time. But I was really going after the dad. I was like, if I'm gonna fuck anybody, I'm gonna fuck his father. But the opportunity never came up. But I would have.
So his father was nice looking?
Oh yeah, he was a really handsome guy.
Really? Did you cheat on this boyfriend? Nathan?
No.
So he had no good reason to break up with you.
Well, apparently his parents just made it seem like the right thing to do, and he had to listen to mommy and daddy, and
How great would it have been if you would have had sex with the father?
Oh my God, that would have been amazing.
Oh,
I would be like, well, guess what? I fucked your dad.
But what's the father's name?
I don't know, but his father was a CHP officer in Los Angeles, like back in the day, and he had 2 like pretty sisters. So if I would have fucked somebody in his family, I would have been good.
So listen.
Not the mom though. The mom was a bitch, but like I would have like fucked, the sisters or the dad.
The social media. What's your social media handle?
At Christiana Cinn.
At Christiana Cinn. Instagram.
Cinn Style.
Cinn Style. So I'm sure she's still down. So hit her up. Nathan's father.
Yes, please. I would love
But
that.
look at her. She is a sex goddess, right? And
I would love to fuck you.
and I'm guessing right about now. Things are old at home.
Right. I mean, don't you want to try something new?
Something fresh.
Take a new car out for a spin.
Yeah, exactly.
A hot Ferrari.
Right. I think that'd be great.
I think it'd be wonderful. I would love that.
So we want to understand how you got kinky, right? So it's 14 years old, you have sex. That's really average. 12 years old, you're kissing. When's the first time somebody was grabbing your vagina?
Grabbing in my vagina?
Or, a guy, you kissing a guy.
Like 13 or
13,
something
14?
like close. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's it? Nothing else? Kinky? Nothing before?
Like kinky. I guess like if you want to call it like not group sex, but like voyeurism, like when you watch each other and like you watch your friends like hook up, like you're just like curious and you watch and they're like okay with you watching. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you would watch your friends?
Oh yeah, they'd watch me.
Really?
Or like I was okay with being watched by my peers or being like in a public or like in a moving car and like blowing our boyfriends or something. I would be okay with that. And it was kind of like a turn on too, like hearing my friend getting off and like watching her and like her boyfriend who have like, just like they're both hot, it's like, yeah, I just never, that's something I guess I was comfortable with. I don't really know if it's kinky. I think it's just normal, but
a little kinky, but
yeah,
not so crazy. Mm-hmm. When's the first time you touched yourself?
I started like masturbating when I was like really young, maybe like 5 or 6, just like feeling around down there, like seeing like, oh, like what feels good, and like humping pillows and like different different like soft surfaces and like, just feeling like knowing it felt good, but like just didn't really know what it was all about yet. Just exploring my body and playing with the faucet and the bathtub. Just trying out like a lot of different stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
The faucet, bathtub, run it on your.
Yeah, my clit. Yeah, or like the kitchen. One time I curled up in the kitchen counter and I, like the handheld one, like sprayed it down there and like sprayed it down there, and I just didn't know why. Like it tickled and like I felt it like in my tummy and like I felt it like traveling up and like I just felt it like feeling really intense and then just like seeing stars and then like not like then be like, oh okay, like what happened, yeah.
I mean, sometimes do you ever think about your body? You take it really slow and think, my body gives me this great feeling, right? Mm-hmm. Why can't I use it and have fun with it? I mean, it's so beautiful, right? It's like one of the best things, food and sex and money.
I love food. I love that too.
Right. Food and sex, I think, are the best because when you have...
As you said that the sun's coming out, it's so amazing. Like you're about to say something like really like profound and deep.
Yeah. But sometimes sex, when you have free sex, when two people like each other and you orgasm close together, there's nothing better on the planet, I don't think, when the love is connected and you're both mutual. I mean, it really is.
Yeah, when two people are just unashamed and non-judgmental and non-caught up in their ego, that's a really special moment.
Together so strongly, they say it's the strongest energy on the planet. People have stated that before.
I believe it.
I say it. And what when don't you want to have that? You know what I mean? Only with some tragedy, but sometimes a tragedy happens, and if you can have that with somebody, it could make it better.
Well, yeah, you feel like you're not alone in the world.
I mean, it's just, so sex, beautiful sex is probably the best thing we have on the planet. If you get past that, you know what I mean, and your body doesn't want to do that anymore, you know, you get older, right? But still, if you could get it and your body could do it, you'd want to do it.
Oh, yeah.
But your mind and your body change. But to everybody out there, if you can elevate your sex with your partner, you know, to the as high as you can get it, that's should be one of the main priorities in your life. I think, you know, besides taking care of your children or, you know, making money, but this is a connection between somebody you love is powerful.
You're absolutely right. I want to go out there and just like spread the words.
I mean, I guess the point is amazing what your body can do for you.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree.
Like, you know, you don't really, when you think about it, you don't think about it all the time, but your body can make you feel so good. And, you know, it's
yeah,
it's
if you guys want to
amazing.
see all the things my body could do.
You grew up in Southern California and Frisco area?
Yeah,
Hollister?
I grew up there, and then I kind of just moved more and more up north as I as I went along.
Yeah? How'd you do in school?
You know, being in the classroom, and sometimes like it gave me like some type of like anxiety. Sometimes like your tests gave me anxiety, and certain things were able to capture my interest, and other things I just could not pay attention. And it's really, really hard for me to focus. And then also, no matter how much sleep I got, I would like start falling like asleep. I would like even like 30 seconds into the class, I would just start falling asleep. So my parents thought I was like, they took me to the doctor, and they thought it was narcoleptic. So they gave me narcolepsy medication. And it gave me a really bad headache. And I think I was like, I don't know. And then I went to another doctor, and they're like, oh, I think that she has ADD, and it's hard for her to focus. And so then when, at that time, you know, they were like, all I had known about ADD was like, they didn't really know what it was. Like really, they really didn't have like so much a name for it. But then that I could tell, and like the kids are taking like Ritalin and stuff, and I was like, I don't want to take Ritalin. That's for all the kids I know take Ritalin are like the ones who were like really pissed off and like really like, you know, not, you know, they did it. I feel like they're doing it to, like, to control them in their behavior because maybe they've acted out. But then they're like, oh no, like there's like other ADD like treatments now, and there's like, so I was like, oh, okay. So as soon as I did like that, like Adderall, like, and then I was like focused so well, and I was getting better grades, and
Really?
yeah, it really helped me a lot. So then I kind of pulled through towards the end, but during my whole school career, it was a struggle for me.
Really? Were you popular in school?
I don't know if I was like popular, like, but I did have like, I was friendly with everybody. I didn't really have any like drama, and I just, you know, had friends, and you know, I kind of hung out with like a more tighter group of people. But I went to like parties, and you know, just like cool with everybody. I did track and field a little bit.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Like I sucked at pole vaulting, but I gave it my best, and I did hurdles too.
Okay. So did you ever party?
Yeah.
Drugs?
You know, I was so good at smoking weed. I was like a fucking champion of smoking out of a bong. Like I remember doing it, and then like it knocked me on my ass, and then after I just became like so good at it. Really? And like I could never do that now. I just like even thinking about how much I smoked back in like, you know, high school, like, and after I'm like, oh my God, I think I would not be able to handle that now. But it also too, like, I think I liked it so much because, not because it like got me high, but because it really alleviated the anxiety that I was getting from homework and from school, and like from the things that I wasn't understanding. And it really like helped me as well as like, you know, the other ADD things that I was doing.
Any other drugs?
In high school, no. Oh, I mean, I had tried ecstasy, and I had tried ecstasy and Molly.
Did you have sex on it?
No, because we literally just like licked each other's faces for hours.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because kissing felt so good on it. And we just like licked each other's faces for like 3 hours until the sun, and it just felt so good.
Wow, that's wild, huh?
Yeah, so I'm like, but I mean, in my life, and actually maybe even around that time, yes, we did have sex on it, but everybody at the time was like, the urban legends, like, no, don't have sex on Molly or ecstasy, because then you'll never have, it'll be the best sex of your life, and no other sex will ever compare to the sex you have when you're Molly. And I said, you're definitely not doing it right then.
That's a trip.
Yeah, you're definitely not doing it right if you think that's the best. Because I've had the best sex I've ever had was sober, stone cold sober. The best sex I've ever had in my life was stone cold sober, and better than any other drug ever. And so I'm like, yeah, you're just not doing it right, and you're just not connecting with your partner if you think that you're gonna just take a drug and just have sex with any random and be like, that was the best, nothing could compare, not even to the person who's really the one, or whatever, the person who really gets my body. Yeah, I'm like, no, or don't be afraid to, if you've done it, now you're afraid to even have sex because you don't think it's gonna be good. It'll be good. Well, you gotta keep practicing, it'll be good.
There's an old famous performer who was the Vivid director, forever, Paul Thomas. You heard him?
Yeah, of course.
Right, so I had him on the show, and Paul Thomas said, hey, he said, I don't want to have sex unless I'm high, and I'm not getting high, so I can't have sex.
Okay. Well, for some people, they go hand in hand, it just depends on the person and their chemistry.
Well, he said that because the level he would have of the height he would get on drugs and sex was so high that when you come down, he says it wasn't the same. So, it's interesting, right? But,
it's very interesting.
So you can get pretty radical on drugs and sex. What other drugs have you tried?
Whatever. Well,
cocaine.
I think I had thought I had tried it in high school. It was probably just laundry detergent, but I had been dosed with LSD when I was 19 in San Francisco.
Well, how was that?
So I was unexpected. I definitely wasn't expecting that, but I'd already been dosed, so I had to just write it out and just hope for the best.
It was scary, or was it fun?
I'm really lucky I didn't have, I won't say it was fun. I didn't have a great time because I was just very confused. But I had realized that I had been dosed with something at a parade, with a water gun. Somebody had, and I just remember the moment it kicked in, it was so weird. Everybody was moving so slow motion, like the Matrix, and I was at a parade. And I told my friend, I was like, hey, something's not right. I think I'm on something. She's like, well, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, actually, I don't feel sick, but I think I'm cool to go with the rest of the parade, actually. So, I was like, but I'll let you know. I was like, but can you drive? So she stopped drinking and she drove. But, yeah, it was just a very weird feeling. And then when I came home to my boyfriend, he's like, what's she on? What's wrong with her? She's like, yeah, she's been drugged. Okay, here you go. And he just said, and he was just kind of like, okay, thanks for not including me. But, yeah, it wasn't terrible. But because I think I was so calm, I just thought to myself, I'm like, whatever happens, don't let me hurt anybody else or myself. Whatever happens, because at that point, people say all the time, "Oh my God, I'd be so afraid and freak out and kill myself." I'm like, well, why would you do that? First of all, that's not a thing I would ever desire to do sober. So you got, and then I remembered, I think scientists have done LSD. I think they invented it. So I'm like, okay, well, if it's good enough for Albert Einstein, I guess it's gonna be okay with me. I just gotta go with the flow and let it roll. So, but I think after that, I was very more open-minded to things because I was experienced in a way, to different music and to what things mean and to how the world is after I took it, which is something I didn't intend, because once you kind of take it, once you trip, you're really never the same. You can't go back to the same person you were. So that's how, it really changed. You changes your mind after that.
But you're not really a drug person, are you?
No.
It doesn't seem like what you're saying. It doesn't really. It's not your thing. Sex
Burning Man has taught me anything. There's a time and a place.
No, but it's not really your thing to get all crazy, sex and drugs. It's not your thing.
I don't need it. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just I'm not judgmental towards people who've done it or tried it, because it's well, look, I did it. It's not like I went out and sought it out, but I'm it's not people who do psychedelics or drugs or whatever. It's, it's really
Each to their own.
Yeah, it's not something to automatically judge somebody off, and it's absolutely
no, but it's just not your thing.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm down to party, maybe like once or twice a year in like the right place. But
That's cool.
yeah.
Einstein did cocaine, a lot of cocaine. They say that's how.
I'm sure it was great
how
back
he
then.
died.
Oh no, that's how he died?
One of the reasons. Heart attack.
Oh yeah, because it gives you, like, that's the thing. Like, I'm a little like afraid of coke because it's so bad for your heart. It really does give you like,
you don't do too
but
much.
then again, if like, Tony Montana was like, all right, you want to like, I'd be like, well,
Tony Montana.
you are Tony Montana, and we
So-
are.
So how was your
It's probably legit. Just kidding.
how was your childhood? Did you have your mother and father around?
Yeah, they were around. Mhm.
It was a good childhood. How was it?
In therapy, I've been really going through what's a good childhood and what's not. So I've kind of been working that out through there lately. Yeah.
have your question.
I'll come to you when I have that figured out. So I'm able to give you and the listeners a straight, clear answer, because I really feel like I'm on the verge of like breaking through to something, and I just don't really want to share my scattered thoughts until I've actually made that breakthrough, because I feel like it would really benefit who even if it benefited one listener, that would be worth it to me.
Your parents were cool, nice.
Honestly, they were nice to me. Mm.
All right. So, why did you get in porno?
Why did I get into porn?
When and why and how?
Why I got involved in pornography was I was already webcamming, and I was super comfortable with that. I wasn't, first of all, I wasn't depending on my parents for anything.
How old were you?
Well, ever since I was 18, I have not depended on my parents for anything. Like nothing, so, I was webcamming. I've posed naked for Playboy. When I was still in high school, I flew to Los Angeles to pose naked and to take nude photos. And so I was like, obviously, I felt very drawn to it. Like, that's something I always wanted to do. I loved watching pornography. I loved the women. I loved the empowerment. I loved the culture, and I was very open to that. And I just thought, here's like a church I'm going to. Is like they're always like they always say they're embracing everybody. Like, oh yeah, but they don't really want to embrace everybody. They feel like they're cool to close people out, but porn is like embracing of everyone.
Judge you not, let you be judged.
Exactly, yeah. And the porn is like, they really don't judge, and they really are so embracing, and it's like a family, and I was very turned on by that. But thank you so much for having me. I'm so sorry I have to go. But yeah, thank you so much for having me. I had a lot of fun talking to you.